Hello, my lovelies. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Welcome to this week ahead from Monday, December 20th to Monday, December 27th. I am your Madam President of the Artegan, Natalee, teaching you, helping you, supporting you in energy mastery through tarot, astrology, psychokinesis, telekinesis, astral travel, remote viewing, lucid dreaming, and all of these other ways that we can practice energy mastery. Okay, this is going to be, there's a lot. Like I have so many pages written. This is kind of like the biggest week of the year. It does climax all of 2020 into this week. Next week is more like getting a head start on the new, like really into the new. This week has been working. It's not good. So this week isn't going to be anything new. It's going to be kind of wrapping up how you feel and how you felt about this entire year. That's like the TLDR. I'm going to go into my Matrix story because, oh my God, this is just, okay. Matrix 4 is coming out this week, right? Matrix 4 is coming out this weekend. Like I've known that, but I just haven't, sometimes getting excited for me, like it just doesn't happen until like, right then, like just emotionally. It's just brought up so much. And I mean, I was just like a small child. Like I wasn't even like a preteen. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old or something, but I saw Matrix 1 in the theater. My older cousin, my cooler older cousin, she was like a teenager. She's a Sagittarius. And so she's so cool. And she took me with her friends because I like had to tag along. Blew my mind. Like it changed everything. It changed my entire life trajectory. Like that was just such a big, download. And it's so funny. Like I remember we were waiting till the end of the credits. They were waiting to find like a word, like this code, to put into some website or to do something. And they were out smoking cigarettes and they totally missed it. And I was inside and they came in and they're like, oh my God, we missed the code. And I got it. Like I got the secret code and I just felt so cool because I knew it and no one else knew it. Anyway, I'm saying all of that because I actually met one of the Wachowskis, one of the directors of the Matrix franchise. And not just like I met this person, I had drinks with this, like randomly, not even like that far ago, like I had a hangout sesh with one of the Wachowskis that directed the Matrix films, like at a random bar on a random night in Chicago. And like it just, they're a Capricorn, by the way. They're a Capricorn. And then this ties in with the astrology. Bear with me. And like, we just vibe so well. And that's what happens with Capricorns. And especially, and kind of like only if both Capricorns like don't take themselves too seriously and they can like get the humor, and we were just like there for a couple hours and I was there with someone I care about and I'm good. I have a picture of them. I'm not going to explain more of who they are because like I don't want to dox anybody, but they laughed at my jokes, I laughed at their jokes, and I just like with Matrix 4 coming out this week, you guys, Saturn in Aquarius is still breaking down families and tribes and friend groups and structures. And for me, like it just reminds me that my people are out there somewhere. My family's out there somewhere. Now, if I think too much about it, it tweaks me out, like thinking like, cause I want to adopt someday and like thinking that my children could be out there like right now without me. Like it just really tweaks me out. So I have to just kind of calm back down again. But you guys need to know that too, because with Jupiter leaving in like literally next week now, Aquarius, like it's just going to be Saturn in Aquarius. And so it's just like you just might be feeling like certain things don't click with people, but not quite ready to totally not care about letting it all go. You might still be really attached to this. But like, okay, so like right after we took this photo is when we went to sit down with the Wachowski brother, with the Wachowski sibling. And like, okay, so there's a whole reason why I have green hair in this photo. There is, and like I said, I'm not gonna dox my person, but it has to do with them. And so that jacket doesn't have great pockets, and I didn't have any pockets that day. So I was just kind of like I was just drinking and I was like holding it. And this Wachowski sibling like looks at it in my hand and they go, "Can I see that?" And they're a Capricorn, right? And they're an older Capricorn. They're older than me, so they're an older Capricorn. And like here I am, like so, you know. And then it's like everything changed. Like they just went their total director mode, and they went like this. They went, and it just totally tweaked me out. Like I was looking at them like, like it was very like, oh my god. And then they said some really sweet things, really nice things, and like that just tells me that like if people don't vibe with me, like you guys do, so it's fine. But like people that don't like me, people that don't vibe with me, they wouldn't vibe with the Wachowskis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they wouldn't vibe with the Wachowskis wouldn't vibe with them. So if someone doesn't like me, like if a Wachowski sibling likes to hang out with me, but like other people don't want to hang out with me or don't like to hang out with me, or I'm rejected by like whoever, like it just I really need, that's why this is on my fridge, is like to remind me that. And I love this person, but like it just, this week culminates kind of a big shift in trusting that your people are out there, trusting that there are going to be people that get your jokes, trusting that there's going to be people that like you. And I also, oh my god, like I also talked to operator from Matrix 1. His name's Marcus. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. Okay. Like all like the mate, oh god. So to think that like someone that I admire and respect creatively and artistically likes me, like just as like character, personality, just like vibes immediately. Like we vibed immediately. And they were just so nice. No pretense, no bullshit, no anything. Like just people like hanging out, very down to earth energy. Like it just, I know that like the 9-year-old Natalie looking at me, like looking at my life right now would be like so freaking happy. Like if I could have told my 9-year-old self, like, Natalie, they're gonna like be on YouTube and you're gonna have blue hair and you're gonna be trading crypto. What's crypto? And you're gonna meet, and you're gonna hang out with like one of the Wachowski siblings, and it's like 9-year-old Natalie is just like giving me such a high five right now, and I feel like I'm making her so proud and so happy. And guys, this is like more so the last week of 2021. For me, next week is like with Jupiter moving into Pisces, it's kind of a big shift. And so this last week with the last Saturn Uranus square, it has been like Saturn moving through Aquarius since December 2020 has been making everyone just really reevaluate their tribes and their people and like who they vibe with and who vibes with them and like all of that. But Jupiter was there. So it likely brought in new people and new energies first before putting the pressure on you to let go of people, to let go of connections. So now that Jupiter is going to like leave, and we had a taste of this the middle of May to the end of July with Jupiter in Pisces. So if there were new people, new experiences, new, you guys know them, snap, crackle, pop, new, whatever, you were planting some seeds, it was planting season, it's going to be like that again, like as soon as next Tuesday. So just trust that there's like people that will get it. Like it's such a big lesson to be learned. It's such a big thing to trust, especially when you feel marginalized, when you feel alienated. Maybe you are disabled. If you're not disabled, maybe you're a minority. If you're not a minority, maybe you're trans. If you're not trans, maybe you're, something. But like, if you are marginalized, if you've been marginalized in any way, shape, or form, like, or feeling like the other, like there are others that are your other that you will find and connect with. And it's like, Like, why would I ever trip about anyone not getting my vibe ever again? If the Wachowski sibling, if the director of The Matrix loved me, freaking loved me. And if operator from Matrix says that my writing is great, like, oh, why would I doubt that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we just need, oh my God, Matrix 4 is coming out. I just need, and I talk about The Matrix like a lot. They made other movies too. You know, there's other movies. There's other movies that they made other movies, other great movies. My mom loves Cloud Atlas. I love Cloud Atlas too. Oh my God, you guys. Last week, when I talked to you guys about the old geezer sitting around the fire, and when I've been talking about that, like, for Sagittarius season, I totally missed this download. That's what I saw. I saw that Cloud Atlas scene with Tom Hanks and Halle Berry where she's like, come in and warm those old bones. That's what I saw too. Oh, I can't believe, I'm sorry. Like, I forgot to tell you guys that, but that just came back right now. So trust that everything's happening in divine timing. That's a download and confirmation for someone out there. But yeah, like, just take this example and just, like, run with it, because, like, just don't, like, there's so many people, like, just don't worry about who does not vibe with you. Let it go, because I mean, Jupiter this past year brought new people, new ideas, new connections, new ways to connect in your life. And so hopefully, you're ready to, like, move forward on those and tighten up those new connections, and like, lock those down, turn them into long-term, hello everybody, turn them into, more solid connections in your life, so you don't let, life take everyone away. Okay, let's get into this, because there's so much going on this week, but that's like the TLDR. I needed to get my Matrix story out because Matrix 4 is coming out this week. And it's just, oh my God. And that's what got me, like, really thinking about this, like, yesterday. And then I was like looking at this picture again, and I was like, oh my God, like, this Wachowski sibling just, like, that's just like a night that I will just cherish in my little Capricorn heart forever, because they're a Capricorn. They have really scary eyes, just like I do. My dad's a Capricorn, right? My father met Keanu Reeves, actually. Keanu asked him about his socks. That's his story. I'll let him tell it. But wow, okay. So it's like, yeah, so it's just like the vibe. And I think Keanu's a Virgo, my dad's a Virgo. But yeah, this Wachowski sibling, they're a Capricorn. And so we just immediately, and this person, she's an Aries, so it was really, really, really fun. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to have, like, a geek. I had to get the geek out. I had to get the geek out moment. It's out. Now we can start. Okay. You're taking responsibility for your individuality. You're taking responsibility for who you are and standing up for yourself, standing for yourself and who you are creating yourself to be amidst this year of ongoing change, because this year has been, you've been trying to change how you do this. You've been trying to evolve in all these different ways, and taking responsibility for the things that actually separate and individuate you from others, even within your own family, even within your own tribe, even within your own friend group. That happens, and that's why you have to have room for growth. That's what keeps everyone together, and everyone can still grow, is when you have room, you give each other room to grow. Okay. So you've been challenged to stand true in your integrity, which at times meant standing against something else inside of yourself, like a belief that you thought of a certain thing, or standing against people in your life who want you to stay the same. I am on my second mug of matcha. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. You've been challenged to steward the changes and the growth that's been happening in a structured way, so that you don't just buck without anywhere to go from there. So that's another thing about this year, is that, there's February, June, December. It's like, we know we have to do it differently. We know we have to grow. We know we're outgrowing something. We know we need to change. And it's being able to do that in a structured, supported way, so that we're not just rebelling for the sake of rebelling, so that we're not a rebel without a cause, so that we have some way to continue that momentum, so that it's not just a pop and then it goes and then the energy dissipates. There's nothing to catch you. There's nowhere to go from there. So this week is just more pressure to do that. There's more pressure to be in your integrity as an individual. And like to have faith that, you know, your families, if you're going to adopt, if you're going to fall in love, that they're out there. If you're going to work with people, if you're going to make movies, if you're going to go be a doctor, if you're going to start your own law firm, all that's out there. The people are out there. Okay, Daniel Burnham and sorry, thinking about John Root and Burnham, the architects. They like people go through so much and so much failure, so many setbacks, but like they eventually find those people. Okay, sorry. I'm trying not to digress so much. This week, you make your answer to what came up in February and June. The whole year wraps up in an exciting and dynamic way this week. And here's where I actually wrote down I met one of the Wachowskis. They're a Capricorn. It's like really, really big Capricorn energy. Like this Wachowski sibling, like, oh my God, like they're pretty intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty intimidating, but like when a Capricorn approves of you, you feel protected by that intense energy. You don't feel intimidated by it, because Capricorn can be intense, Capricorn can be intimidating. But when they bring you in, like this Wachowski brought me in, it just felt like I was protected. It just felt like we vibed in this little bubble, and that it was cool, and that it was all safe, that it was okay. And that's why Capricorn's like a natural father, like a natural, like it's gonna be fine. Okay. Oh, I also have an affirmation, a Capricorn season, because we enter Capricorn season tomorrow. Yay! So in tarot, Capricorn, Saturn, it's the devil and the world card. My only bonds are the ones I allow. I create the world I live in. Because Capricorn rules the devil. I want to talk about that too. Capricorn rules the devil. And the devil's about bonds, chains, links, codependent bonds, bad bonds, you know, feeling like he can't get out of a bond. But then there's the upside of that, the other side, the world, where my bonds are the ones I allow, and reclaiming that power, the boundaries. I create the world I live in, is becoming master of your reality, is Capricorn energy. Okay, so over this weekend, specifically Saturday, Venus stationed retrograde leading into the week. So a little bit about Venus retrograde, letting go of something you were attached to as the big picture. So releasing and forgiving that, like letting it go with love. Venus retrograde, so soulmates and people could be returning from the past to say goodbye, to get closure, or the chapter is over. So things could be things, I would say at the very least, you're reconsidering. So people might be getting back together, breaking up, getting married, getting divorced, separating. Like they may be making these decisions, and I'm not going to make any judgments on what you should do. Like everyone has their own natal chart and their own energy signatures, but everyone will be reconsidering their choices, reconsidering the judgments, reconsidering their status, reconsidering what they care about. I prepped you guys for this in the beginning of November, and I told you about like Venus retrograde 2020, about discovering what's truly meaningful, what actually has meaning, what really matters in life. So like you guys have been with me, we've already been expecting this. So Venus retrograde Saturday, that could have hit you like a ton of bricks. Now, new soulmates may come in on a Venus retrograde as well. You may meet them, they may come in. It may not get off the ground, or I may not recommend it going off the ground until Venus stations direct January 29th. You are closing up the karma, thinking that you were going to end up with a certain person, that things were going to happen a certain way. I would say just let go of your attachment to these preconceived notions. If things are meant to be, they'll happen. If you break up, you come back together. If you've been broken up, you get back together. So just like don't force situations, don't push, don't like just trust, just let. Oh my God. Okay. So Cloud, I don't know if you guys know about Cloud Atlas, but like it's about reincarnation and that's basically Venus retrograde energy is like if you had someone from the past that you were heavily involved with, and then they come into your life now, maybe as like a new employer, or maybe they're your boss, or maybe they're your best friend's wife, or maybe they're, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but they come back and you guys get to like have this interaction again. And so talk to me about reincarnation. But anyway, you are closing up some karma about like things being a certain way or things having to be a certain way. And some of you might not know until February the 1st. So I would say all of it might feel like it's up in the air until the beginning of February. So that's okay. Like if you don't know something for sure, if you're still reconsidering everything until then, that's perfectly normal. You're a perfectly normal human undergoing Venus retrograde. That's fine. Mid-November, this past mid-November, until then, is the look behind the veil. It's looking under the hood. It's looking at what's unearthed because Pluto's unearthing is bringing up more for you to take a look at feelings, thoughts, all of that. God, this doesn't take, I'm on the first page. It doesn't take me forever. I'm sorry. Secrets coming out or just things that were not, it doesn't have to be secrets. It doesn't always have to be like there was a manipulation happening. Sometimes, yes, but that can be undone at this time. You can undo those toxic connections, but it can also bring things to light that were just not obvious. So, things that were just not in plain sight that you'll see or that you'll learn about for the first time to you. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it was hidden from you. It's just like you just didn't see it or you just didn't know. All the feelings and information that are unearthed contribute to the undoing of the structure that we were committed to. You're realizing you just don't care anymore. I don't mean to say that harshly. I mean that your heart's just not in it. Your heart's just not in some way of being, something. What's going on with my hair? This is good. This is all good. It means that you don't have the heart to commit to hating someone or being vengeful towards someone. It works that way too. If you're realizing you're not in love with someone or that you're no longer attracted to someone, don't force it. Don't force it and don't guilt yourself. Take responsibility, but don't go like overboard on it. Accept changing feelings and attractions are happening. Forgive it in yourself and in others. Let it go. Also, with Venus retrograde, I talked to you guys about this earlier in the year. Don't try so hard. Don't try so hard. Go with your own flow and let others go with their own flows. If your flow merges with another flow, ride it. If not, don't force it. And for heaven's sake, don't be manipulative. Don't try to manipulate and over control situations. That'll backfire immediately. And this is going to be a time when things are revealed that it's like if people will become aware of where there have been injustices done to them, and they're going to undo it. They're going to want to undo it. So just saying. The last days of Sagittarius season are shouting in a very fire sign way, except Sag. Like I feel like Leos and Aries like just talk very loud and very passionate, and then it gets louder and louder, and then it turns into like actual shouting, and they have no idea that it's even happening. I don't feel like Sagittarius really do that. Anyway, these last days are shouting to look at people in a different way. Maybe life isn't all about finding your soulmate. Maybe it's not all about making as much money as possible. Maybe it's not all about being cool or whatever you think is cool. If someone doesn't think I'm cool, they don't think the Wachowskis are cool, and they don't think the Matrix is cool. Okay. So the moon this week goes through Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the moon's in Cancer with the sun in Sag. And the very end of sun in Sag, we feel where our beliefs are moving into. We have like a sense of it. It happens like on an emotional level. We're being changed from the inside spiritually. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the moon's in Leo and the inner child wants to play. The sun will be in the early degrees of Capricorn, so we can apply self-discipline to what your heart wants, where your heart is going. Capricorn helps you make it happen, give you the grit, helps you feel ambitious enough to overcome what needs to be overcome to get the job done. That's Capricorn, is get the job done. Capricorn looks at a big ass mountain and goes, ooh. If you were intimidated before, you can direct the energy to feel like you want to tackle this mountain, that you're going to, instead of being intimidated and like going away, you're going to go right in for it. And like, this is for me. This is what I want. Because I want to feel proud of myself afterwards, after I've built it. That's part of the ambition that drives Capricorns. Like, this is really hard. I don't know if you guys have read the Matrix script, but it's like, okay, this is really hard, but you know what? I am so up for the challenge. And even if I fail, I know I gave it my very best shot. And if I don't fail, then I have achieved something and I'm proving what I can do to myself. And everybody can see it because it's a public accomplishment, Capricorn energy. Because the long view is worth it. You want your legacy to be a certain way. For me, I feel like I have to try. I'm okay with making a fool of myself. I'm okay with failure. I'm okay with falling flat on my face, but I have got to try for myself. Just between me, myself, and I have to try. I have to try. Okay. Friday and Saturday. And I'm very Capricorn. Like, I'm a Capricorn. I have a stellium in Capricorn. So like, you guys always get like a lot of Capricorn energy here. Friday, Saturday, the moon's in Virgo, and that's a little neurotic. Doesn't have to be. It might be. You might be like really hyper aware, but it will make a grand earth trine with the sun in Uranus. So direct the energy to organizing important details, tending to little things that help you feel like you have a hold on all that's changing. Find solace in the little things that you can control, like the room temperature, so that you don't spiral and get neurotic about the big things that you cannot control. Virgo energy, they're so neurotic and meticulous and fussy because they don't feel like their life is in control, like because they don't feel like they have a handle on their life. So when they're like that, that's why. But if you just take pleasure in making a great cup of tea or coffee and just enjoy it, okay, Sunday, Monday of next week, moon's in Libra. That can be a little bit analysis paralysis if you've been procrastinating. Otherwise, it's wonderful for talking with people and enjoying them exactly as they are. Enjoying life exactly as it is, no big expectations, no pressures. This can be at the supermarket. Someone cuts you off in the line and you just let it go to go through your day. So you don't let anyone hijack your emotions. Or it can be morning coffee with your spouse and you're just like, oh, what did you dream last night? What did you dream last night? You know. Okay, so let's get some context. On the 19th, Venus, for some of you, Venus stationed retrograde, Chiron stations direct. That's a double shift. You're pumping the brakes, you're going back and making adjustments to previous promises, agreements, commitments, thoughts, judgments that have grown unhealthy. You made a promise, now you look at it like that was toxic. You made an agreement, you look at it like that's not going to work for me. Okay. Energy levels might dip because of what's become unhealthy. So you'll know what doesn't feel right. You'll know what's taking your energy. It's like, oh my God, like this person's texting me all day, every day, like leave me alone, like let it go, you know, or you'll notice that you are overworking yourself and you just get really fatigued and you can't be guzzling coffee like you do or like something. Okay. But you'll feel it. You could have been feeling it as early as mid-November, like starting to like think about it like, okay, this is not like Isn't that what I want for my life? Okay, so from toxic texting, relationships, overwork, overeating, negative thinking, all of that drains you, and you're really going to feel it. Really going to feel it with this Venus retrograde in the winter season. So feel yourself. You're detaching from living according to those old beliefs, believing like you had to work so hard, believing that believing that this was the love of your life, believing that this is not toxic, this is love, believing that codependency, that's what love feels like when someone's codependent on me, whatever it is. You're detaching from the behaviors and the lifestyle of living according to what you were used to believing. That has become unhealthy. Sun sextiles Jupiter, so you can see the new goals. You see the new opening up for you, the new story, what it will feel like to live in the new behaviors that are aligned with believing that new story about ourselves and our lives. Oh, it feels so good not to have my phone on me all the time. Wow, it feels so good to take breaks throughout the day. Oh my God, it feels so nice to take naps throughout the day. Oh my God, it feels so nice to go on a break with someone or to break up with someone. Like I can feel my energy just lifted, and whatever it is for you. The 20th, finally, now we're on today, on Monday. This is testing those old beliefs today. That's when the toxic ex puts on their best behavior, their sparkly smiles, and they play on the past nostalgia, and they go and they look at you and they go, "Don't you want to try again, honey?" They're just like, oh. And it's like, this is like best behavior, manipulative energy. Like, do I really believe in this? It's like, this is part of an old cycle. This is part of an old story. This is like, we've been on this merry-go-round. So it's up to you. Everyone's got free will choice. So, it's the overtime that gets offered to you, and you promised your kids that you were going to go do something with them, but that overtime is like, ooh, I want to take that overtime. It's like, it's going to be something like that for today, for Monday. Now, Mercury trines Uranus, so what acting on your integrity looks like and feels like. And Capricorn makes you a fucking boss about it. Okay? Do you know what that means? It means Capricorn being a boss about it. Oh, I'm so ready for Capricorn season. I feel like I'm just going to collapse at the gate of Capricorn season. I am so ready for it. Okay. It means that it's either a joie de vivre, like a pleasure, a joy of doing business with you. Love having you in my life. This is great. This was great. Great brunch, everybody. Love you all. Thank you very much. Or it's fucking nolo contendere. No. The answer is no. You're letting it go. You're letting people go. You're too far apart. It's not going to work. It's like realistically, like this does not work for me. But it's Capricorn and it's a boss. So there's decorum. There's respect. It's a trine, Mercury trining Uranus. It's a trine. So whatever is coming together, because for some of you, this is a peach of an aspect. For some of you, this is a brilliant idea. This is genius. This is a breakthrough in communication. This is a breakthrough in a stalemate. This is fantastic. So whatever is coming together, it just happens. It just falls together. A deal, a collaboration, that genius idea. Or whatever's breaking apart, because that's the Iranian influence, is freedom. It happens easy. It doesn't drain you. So the toxic ex that wants to come back, they promise they're not going to drain you. They promise they're healed. They promise they're going to try it. They promise they're going to change. You're going to be realistic. You're going to be a boss about it. You're going to look at your little paper. Ooh, do they really want it? Can they really do it? Is it in their capacity? How many times have you gone back and forth about this? The job that wants you back. You and your boss go back and forth. You and your partner. in the LLP, be going back and forth how long about this issue. What drains you, what doesn't drain you. And I'm just telling you guys that if people are promising you change and that they've changed, time will tell. It needs to take a long time. They need to commit to it and start sticking to it and show you consistency, or if it's been a long time since they've come back to you, you have to look at that time since the breakup, or you left the job, or you were estranged, from then until now. That you have to look at that amount of time. It's not there has been no change and they decide that they want to start change now. Your mind is very strong. Then Mercury in Capricorn. You communicate with respectful, detached decorum, because Capricorn doesn't want anyone to be disrespected. The high vibe Capricorn. The low vibe Capricorn loves that sickness, loves that gross feeling of that's the ego trip of superiority and inferiority. That's low vibe Capricorn. You don't want that. You want high vibe Capricorn that loves to be vulnerable and soft and joyful and happy, and can use their detached, cold, aloof, icy demeanor to put down the right boundaries with the right people to protect what is cherished, to protect what is vulnerable, to protect what is soft. It's using that coldness, that iciness appropriately. Tuesday, the 21st, Sun enters Capricorn. Yes. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Let's see. I've got so many Capricorns in my life that are born like on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. That send everybody that happy birthday text. So you reap what you sow after having separated the wheat from the chaff. Is it chaff or chafe? I think it's chaff. After you've taken your crops to market, you hope that your fields of green turn gold. Remember that idiom of separating the wheat from the chaff means to sort valuable from the worthless. What were you planting the middle of May to the end of July? That was planting season. You planted something. And then in the summer to the fall, it was threatened with drought, pests overran your crops, threatened what you were planting, what you had planted in spring of 2021 with Jupiter and Pisces. Fall to winter, separating the wheat from the chaff. Were you able to do that? Have you been able to have that discernment? Take your crops to market. Winter, how did you do? Because you can't do anything now. It's rest, relaxation, preparing for the next planting season, preparing for next year, working on the machinery, the farming equipment. So like, how'd you do? Like, what do you have to show for yourself? Like, how did you do? You're taking a sober stock of what you have materially, as well as the health of your physical body and the state of your inner resources emotionally. These audits determine the quality of your spirit and your attitude. That's why people get depressed and start making resolutions around New Year's. They're seeing the lack. Capricorn's harsh. Like Capricorn in our charts is where we just feel cringe, like we're not good enough. Oh, I have such a funny crypto story to tell you guys in Crypto Sesh. Thank God for my trading friend that helped like give me perspective. Thank God. But that's why people get really, I'm sorry, hold on. Okay. That's why people get so depressed in Capricorn season, because Capricorn's super harsh and Capricorn doesn't like really easily forgive or forget, that kind of a thing. But remember, that's like low vibe Capricorn. That's why people start making resolutions around New Year's, is that they're seeing the lack of what they don't have. They're thinking about all the time that they wasted, all the money that they wasted. doing things with people that was wasted, that was a waste of time. You're looking back at, you're like, wow, that was a waste. That was a total waste. Don't be too hard on yourself. Like, be a little bit hard on yourself, but don't be like too hard on yourself, because every season of life can be meaningful. Planting season, harvesting season, taking out some. Every season can be meaningful and valuable if you go into it with the right attitude. But if you want to rest when you should be planting, or harvest when you should be fending off pests, like we had to deal with, like we had to do late summer going into fall, you're acting outside the rhythms of life and of your own life. Don't resent where you are or what you've got, because you are all that you need. This is about standing for yourself. This week's about standing for yourself and what you make of your own character, what you make of your own life as an individual, and then letting that determine the people that you attract, the vibe that you have in your life. My vibe and the Wachowski vibe found each other. And then we didn't even have to do a lot of entraining because we were in the same vibe. So it was like, zzz. That'll happen. That happens, okay? Capricorn is self-discipline. You're making decisions in the world differently because Venus retrograde conjuncts Pluto and Capricorn. That happened on the 10th of December. That's going to happen this Friday again. Power imbalances can be rebalanced. What's lost can be regained. And there's a certain protection from insincerity, because Capricorn hates that. Capricorn hates insincerity. Capricorn hates the kiss ass. Like, we don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like fakery. We don't like inauthenticity. We like when people are honest. Okay. So use Capricorn season to get grounded, get real, salt of the earth energy here. Bear down in your strength. Get real about taking care of yourself, because that's the low vibe Capricorn too, is when we become workaholics and we kind of alienate ourselves from connecting with people because we overwork. There's a fine line of self-discipline with Capricorn. Don't overwork yourself or your body. Don't be a workaholic. Don't be a bitter miser Scrooge either. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy what you've earned. I'm talking about your character. Be proud of how far you've come, and start Capricorn season strong with a congratulations, because Capricorn can be so hard on themselves. Capricorn children in particular need a lot of encouragement, because they may not see results right away, but it does not mean that they're not wonderful and fantastic. But they'll like stop immediately, or they just feel really discouraged and really down. Really, they get depressed so easily. They need to be socialized. Otherwise, they grow up to be weird workaholic people like me. And, we want better for your kids. Oh, I keep forgetting to say that. So the Kickstarter campaign, if you are in support of children's psychic schools and children's esoteric mystery schools, I have a program that I'm putting together hopefully next year to roll out next year. Please check out the Kickstarter campaign. The link is in the description below. I think we're like something like 7% funded. I would love to reach the goal by, I think it's next February of 2022. There are offerings, there are classes, there are Zoom session packages, there are readings. All of that is over there on the Kickstarter campaign page. So if that is something you guys believe in or want to support, you can check that out in the link below. Because I had to download a couple, like last weekend or something about it. I was watching this children's performance, a circus performance. It was so sweet. But I actually had this horrible feeling in my chest that I don't want to take my kids to school. Like, I don't want to take my kids. Like, I don't want that life. Like, it was so miserable growing up. Like, going to school was so miserable. Like, there's so much institutional trauma. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take my kids to school. I don't want to do it. I have to start a new school. I have to start my own school and figure it out, so that by the time my kids go to school, it'll be something that I can actually believe in, instead of subscribing to some institution that just trains them to be a wagey worker, mindless drone zombie person. And I'm not attacking anyone that works for a living wage. I am a union strong person. I am very much for the little guy and for the middle class. I am just saying that I don't approve of the scholastic institutional traumas. I don't like it. So I'm working to change it. I had a huge download about it. Like, I just got this big fear that weekend. I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I can't do it. I can't, like, that's not my vibe. So, help me make the program and make the school and get it all going. And let's do it together for a better society. So there's all of that. There's all of that. So start Capricorn season with congratulations. We will end it on a congratulations. We'll end it strong on a congratulations. Even if you failed every day of your life until today, you already paid on it. You already paid that karma. You don't have to pay on it twice. Capricorn does not want to pay for anything twice. Doesn't want to pay for anything once, let alone twice. You don't have to feel bad anymore if you learn the lesson. Once you learn the lesson, you let the bad feeling go. So don't keep feeling bad about things that happened a million years ago if you learned from it. It's not a mistake if you learn from it. It therefore becomes a lesson. Each lesson is like a feather in your cap. And when you have lots of feathers, you become a chief. So you can let go of feeling bad if you learn the lesson. Because, we hurt people on accident. We were mistaken. We were deluding ourselves. We're sorry. Okay, you got to learn from that experience. What did you learn from hurting these people? What did you learn from hurting this person? Once you learn the lesson, you try to apologize, you try to but you let it go, and you don't do it again. That's the point. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going here. So let's start Capricorn season knowing we're going to be inspired to achieve new things for ourselves, because Capricorn's ambitious. And that we're celebrating the strength of character and all our cherished lessons learned that we use to make this character in ourselves, and that we're looking forward to the next mountain, because Capricorn always needs a mountain to climb. We struggle and get to the top of that mountain. We get to the top of that mountain. We take a big, deep breath. Feels good. But then we see a taller mountain. That's what keeps Capricorn going. That's what keeps us going, is like, we like that trying. We like to try. We like to dig into something. Okay. We have a lot of energy too. Otherwise, that energy, if we don't have somewhere, kind of like Scorpio, we don't have somewhere to put all of our energy into. Capricorns drink, do drugs, numb themselves out, video games, a lot of video games. They waste it. It's too much, and they don't know how to channel themselves. Like Wachowski, freaking the Matrix franchise. Like, oh my God, like that's like there's so much meat there to deal with. So many, when you're a director, there are so many little problems to solve that all the different departments are coming to you. And so it's like, it's just such a rich experience. So, okay. The 22nd on Wednesday, taking responsibility for self-love, taking responsibility moon's in Leo, more responsibility for self-love. We're feeling stronger in our hearts that we can do it. We're taking responsibility for how we feel, for our own feelings and understanding them. You can be kind of sentimental. I would say nurture yourself. Take really good self-care. I would meditate on these themes, like moon in Leo, the new moon in Leo. Sun just entered Capricorn. Both of these signs care about status. Both of these signs care about image. So I would meditate on legacy, image, pride, status, and not making fast judgments and not judging yourself for how you look or how you appear to the public now or in the past. I would meditate on what it means to you overall, and what's the new things, the new people, all the new coming into your consciousness, and put up some boundaries with allowing other people's definitions and perceptions of who you are run your decisions. Keep your heart in the right place. And I forgot to timestamp it too. Hello, Thursday at 49:49. Saturn in Aquarius finally squares Uranus and Taurus. This is the third one of the year. There's one kind of, it's not as exact, but it's happening next October of 2022. You're taking responsibility for this is stand up for yourself, stand up for the self, taking responsibility for believing in yourself. I feel like this third square is about trusting in the changes that are taking place and acting on the integrity that you know is true for you. You've been seeing it all year. It's been happening all year. February, June were the two other really big hits. This is the last one of this year. Acting on the integrity that you know is true for you and your life and trusting where that leads you. That's what beliefs are for. That's what faith is for. It's something to trust in before you see it physically. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. That was almost the title of this video. But no, this is about standing for the self. That's why you all have spirituality, whether you choose it consciously or not. And that's why I've been prepping you for the Venus retrograde since the beginning of November about like, well, what's meaningful? If you don't care about it, you're going to start to really think about it come mid-November, December, January. So, that was always waiting for you. I mean, you guys know I give you the heads up, but that's why you all have spirituality, whether you choose it consciously or not. This Venus retrograde, whenever something goes retrograde, it makes you have to look at it. It makes you have to be conscious of it and choose these things and reconsider these things. If you care about certain things, it makes you more susceptible to being more manipulated. So like if you care about being cool, if you care about what people think about you, you're so much easier to manipulate and you just get in the wrong vibe. Like that's another thing about this week. It's like, where don't you belong? Like where should you not be? Where is you have no business being there? Okay, I'll get there. February 17th was the first hit. That's when you felt like you were going to change your vibe. You were changing. You were starting to feel like you want something different. Like, I think I'm going to change what I'm going to. It's like you had evolving tastes. Your tastes were kind of different. And you're kind of realizing that in February. And you were changing how you manifest because you're getting wiser, but it was still more of an internal energy. There were still external things, but I feel like it was a very invisible, like even digital energy. Okay. June 14th was the second hit. That was a little bit more physical, more literal. So you were physically, materially, sexually saying that you can no longer be in a vibration. You can no longer manifest certain things in a certain way. So you innovated, you took action, you were physically planting seeds. You physically did something new or in a new way, or you manifested something different for yourself. But you planted some seeds physically. You physically did something. December 24th. Now, this week, you've seen a lot, you've done a lot, you felt a lot, thought a lot. And in the Taurus and Aquarius areas of life, and if you have any points or planets or angles being affected, it roped more of you and your life into it. And so this week, you bring integrity into what your life is becoming. And you have the choice, it's your choice to do this or to pick a different horse on the merry-go-round and let the cognitive dissonance separate you from accepting that that's what you're doing. Squares are the energy of undoing. Retrogrades are the energy of undoing. Anything outside of what is true for you, anything outside of the new ways you're ready to enjoy and experience love, anything outside of the integrity of your new life story will just feel 100% wrong. You'll feel 100% uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. Like you can pick that different seat on the merry-go-round, but you're gonna feel so gross. You're gonna feel like it's so wrong. You're gonna feel like it's so off. You're just gonna feel horrible. You're gonna feel like this isn't right. This isn't right for me. Even if you have, like, don't do anything because you feel like you have no other choice either. Make everything has to be the free will choice. And like I said, like, you are still going to be going back and forth and considering until like the beginning of February of next year. So this week, just stick with your integrity and trust it to get you to the next part, to get you to the, because you're going to be really inspired next week with Jupiter moving into Pisces, and it'll feel more like it did the middle of May to the end of July. And it'll do that for the next few months in the beginning of 2022. Did you guys realize that 2022 is actually saying 2022? Like TOO. I think that's hilarious. Sorry. Okay. Trust yourself to recognize and believe your feelings. Jobs, relationships, agreements made, financial decisions, judgments cast, all that will fall or break apart, dissolve naturally on both sides, or feel absolutely intolerable to you. Your stomach will hurt, will churn, you'll have a lot of headaches, you'll be nauseous, you'll have a bad feeling, you'll feel off, you'll feel drained. You'll have this deep knowing inside that you're not supposed to be there. You might try to override these signals in your inner voice by numbing yourself with drugs and alcohol and bad people that reinforce that lie. Like if you don't change your tribe, if you don't do your thing, you can be around the bad people, the wrong people that reinforce that lie, that reinforce the lie that is not, that just goes against everything in your soul and your spirit. But between you and I, you know what it's saying, and you know that it's there. And if you see people betraying themselves, don't get involved. Let them self-destruct. Let it go. It's not your soul. It's not your responsibility. Let it go. Just let it go. Try to focus on yourself. There will be immense, undeniable pressure to release what's not good for you. That's really what it'll be this week, is just like the pressure. You'll just feel like the pressure again of like what you felt in February and what you acted on in June. What's not part of your life story, what doesn't belong in your legacy, what you thought was long-term but isn't. This is an energy of uncommitting, reversing the judgment to what you were attached to before, but now takes you out of your integrity to continue. That's what I'm saying. Like if you want to be mad at someone, if you want to be hateful, if you want to be spiteful, this is a great energy to put into undoing that and healing yourself. You'll have the strength, the courage, the spiritual conviction to do what is right for you. Remember, the opposite of integrity is a hypocrite. You'll know if you're being a hypocrite and when people around you in your life are hypocrites. Hypocritical energy. Pro tip, if you're irritated every time I say hypocrite, that means something. If you say that word and people get like really defensive, there's a part of them that believes that that's true, that knows that they're being a hypocrite, that knows that it's true. But you're breaking their cognitive dissonance. You're saying, hey, you just picked a different horse on this merry-go-round. And they don't appreciate that. So be about love. Love is integrity. Love is justice. Love is the truth. Everything else is the lie. And remember that the devil always lies. Oh, the 24th. Friday. Welcome to Friday. Grand Earth trine with the moon, Uranus, and the sun. So remember to find solace in the things that you can control. Venus conjuncts Pluto. Let it go. Venus is retrograde conjuncting Pluto. Let it go. Deep, permanent, irreversible changes are happening. This is light surgery on your soul. It happens through your emotions, through your feelings, through your evolving, ascending spirituality. Mars also trines Chiron. So there's like this wake-up call to be about it, to act on what you believe and practice what you preach. There may be, I was going to say practice what you peach. Oh, I want chocolate. There may be a loss. There may be a return or a massive gain, value to your life that you thought you lost. Pluto unearths, it cleans out the gutter, gets rid of the buggies. So if you really want the better life, if you really want to change your life story so that you break free of old patterns that keep you stuck and unhappy, you've got to change how you treat yourself, how you use your self-discipline, Capricorn energy, how you spiritualize, Capricorn energy, how you make decisions, and how you take responsibility for yourself. Capricorn has the tail of the fish and the front end of the goat because they start in the deepest water, get up on land, and get to the very highest of the mountain. They go from the very low to the very high. And they do that through spirituality. They ascend with spirituality. It's the spirituality of the Capricorn that empowers them to be able to accomplish anything they want, for better or for worse, to be nefarious or to be good, to be a catalyst for change, to be an agent of destruction. But it's the spirituality, whether they do it consciously or not. It's like, I believe in bad things, I believe in good things. And they act and they can manifest it because Capricorn can manifest. Kind of like the magician energy. Capricorn brings that spirituality manifested in the concrete and the reality. So whatever you're thinking and feeling, you can make it, you can make it happen. That's from kind of ahas, and you can make it happen. If this affects your relationships, new information about a partner or potential partner may come to the surface that can seal the relationship. It can make you two closer, or it can end the relationship, depending on the strength of the bond between the two people, their status with each other, and what they both want. So it's kind of make or break energy. A power dynamic in business or romantic relationship might have gotten toxic. Pluto unearths it, so you can either alchemize and heal it, or we can escape the toxicity once and for all. And this is what I'm saying. Don't fall into the trap of taking people back when they haven't shown or proven anything, when they haven't. You want to see either the commitment, the time. You need to see consistency. Like, that's just it. Because anybody can make these promises and get what they want when the promises are made, and then just lie. And then just change the rules later. Like, so how, I mean, I don't know, you guys people want to waste time, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, you'll feel it. You'll feel when you're old, and you'll be like, that was a waste of time. There'll be some Capricorn season when you're old, and you'll be like, God damn, like I could have been doing anything else. So that's Friday, that something can come to light, come on Christmas Eve, come to the surface. And you either seal the deal with yourself, you either seal the deal with somebody else that brings you closer. This is what I want. This is what I care about. Oh my God, it's for me too. Or it's like, we can let this go. We can move beyond this. We can break apart. I would say, if you can at all help it, I just wouldn't make any relationship decisions unless your chart's got something going on. I just wouldn't until maybe the end of January, the very earliest. Oh God, there's so much here. We're really rethinking what success means to us and how we feel about our own power and social status in the world. This might come forced even if we don't want to think about it because of Pluto. Like, Pluto might force you to get really serious, to really think about this, to think about what you want, think about what is really here. There may be huge reality checks and extremely unflattering falls from high places, like a fall from grace, when those who have been misusing and abusing their power are exposed and held accountable. Because that's Capricorn. 2, low vibe is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority, manipulating the stock market. High vibration Capricorn is holding their collars to the wall, holding them accountable for what they did to hurt somebody else. This is what makes me a responsible steward of these communities that I create, because I care about protecting the boundaries that protect every single individual in these communities that I create. Capricorn, at the very highest vibration, the highest level, can be trusted with power, trusted with authority, trusted to be a mom, trusted to be a dad, trusted with money, resources, power, because they won't abuse it. They will wield it appropriately. They will care about every single individual, and they know that it's not about an ego trip, and it's not about selfishness, and it's not about um, the personal gain. That's about distributing and managing everything so that everyone is okay. So we're going to see falls from grace of people that haven't been abusing this trust, abusing this power, sexually, materially, physically. It's going to be embarrassing for people. Just saying. Like I said before, seeing grown women tear other women down, it's embarrassing. I have secondhand embarrassment for them. Toxic. Toxic. Okay, where was I saying? Oh, the dirty laundry. There will be a lot of dirty laundry aired out. So when it happens in your personal life, if it does, now listen, everyone's got a unique chart. This is very dramatic energy. But for instance, my Venus conjunct Pluto on the 10th of December, I had like just a lovely, peaceful, quiet. It was very spiritual. It was a very meditative Venus Pluto conjunction. That first conjunction, there was zero drama in my life. So like it was beautiful and wonderful. I felt very calm and centered and focused and beautiful and happy. And I enjoyed my day. I enjoyed my life. I felt so grateful. I felt very grounded, and I felt very like authentic and sincere, and I just felt good about my life and my character and like holding into my integrity. Like it was like a great day. It was a great Venus Pluto for me. So it's like don't be like fearful that like the boogeyman's going to come get you. You can look at December 10th and see what was happening, and like maybe it'll be sort of like something like that. But like for instance, I was talking to my cousin, and she, on her Venus Pluto, she saw not one, but two dead bodies. I want to say it's hilarious. I know it's not hilarious, but she saw two dead bodies that day, like Venus, Pluto. So it's traumatic for her. It was her first time seeing dead bodies. And so I talked to her through it that weekend, but like, it's going to be like different for everyone, but it made her really think about her children, think about, what matters to her the most. And like, I've been prepping you guys since November. You're going to be thinking about what really matters, what's really meaningful in your life, what matters the absolute most. Okay. So don't be like scared and fearful of this Venus retrograde or the Venus conjuncting Pluto. It's all going to be happening in the context of your life and what you're choosing out of your free will to engage in and to be with. Maybe you're getting sober. Maybe you're having children. Maybe you are starting businesses. It's like everyone's like doing different things in life. Okay. So don't be scared. But if something does come up for you, if it does work that way for you, just hold your integrity and your dignity as a priority. Okay. Be honest, be kind, take it as it comes. If something comes up this week, there will be a major turnaround on January 8th, 2022. On January 8th, 2022, this is the first of two Venus star points of 2022. So that happens when Venus moves through our solar system in the shape of a 5-pointed star in the shape of a pentagram. This is so Capricorn, with like the devil head and the pentagram. Like it's so like Venus moves into this shape. Like it's so cool that Venus does this. Anyway, the 5-pointed star, the pentagram, and at the top of that pentagram, Venus meets the sun. That happens January 8th, 2022. It's my birthday. That's why I'm excited. That's Venus caziming with the sun. Venus has like so be careful what you wish for. That's what I'll say in that Capricorn area of life, because you might get it. That's not even far away now that let's see. Okay, for anyone's birthday, you always want to do something happy and fun and infuse the day with what you want your year to be because it'll tone the year. This year fucking sucked. And I'm just saying because my birthday this year was overshadowed by the January 6th storming of the Capitol. So everyone fucking just, the mood, it was not the vibe. It was not the high vibe. And it's usually, I try not to have I don't have any expectations because after Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, like nobody wants to celebrate anything. No one fucking cares about me being born or my solar return, any of that shit. No one fucking cares. So it's like if you have, and all of my Capricorns that are born this week, you guys are like, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday. Your birthday gifts are wrapped in Christmas wrapping, and it's just like the scrap. So it's like Capricorn, like, but January 8th, I swear, you make the most of it. I don't care what your birthday is. Even if you're not a Capricorn, even if you're a Leo, even if you're a Pisces, whatever, you make the most of January 8th, okay? Because you get something good coming in that Capricorn area of your life. So this is so fucking cool. This is the time to manifest love, money, feelings of abundance, wealth, great health for your body, happiness, true love, love built on integrity, love built on trust. And that's kind of a special day because like from the 3rd to the 16th of January, Venus will be kind of like really kind of discombobulated with the sun. But that day, literally that day is the best day for Venus. So it's like you may be sort of like wobbly, but that day is like the day where you're not wobbly. I'm just like, hopefully it's good. Okay, let's keep going. So this week might be bumpy with the changes, but it's nothing that it might be bumpy. There might be pressure, but keep an eye on January 8th. That's also the same birthday as David Bowie, Stephen Hawking. Who else do I always say? Elvis Presley and Kim Jong-un. All different examples of Capricorn energy. There's the abuse of power. There's the, okay, so everyone's got free will choice here. So whatever comes up this week, you're going to be feeling the pressure. You're going to be feeling like all this stuff of the change, like forced change, and don't resist it. Lean into it and keep your eye to January 8th, 2022. That day is sure to be one you can count on to be lovely. I hope, unless there's like another thing happening. The 25th on Saturday. That would suck, but you know what? That doesn't make a big deal. I'm gonna make it. You make it good no matter what is going on. Mercury in Capricorn, sextiles Neptune in Pisces. Dream, dream, dream. That's what I type. I type dream, dream, dream. Healing, forgiving conversations can be had. Beautiful for resting and relaxing. Enjoy the leisure of the day. I guess it's pretty. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be pretty chill on Saturday. Probably just. Hey, Sunday. Sorry, I really wanted to take it on this, the exact thing. But yeah, Saturday's probably just still dealing with Friday. Sunday, the quarter moon in Libra. That's Capricorn's 10th house. That's why Capricorn, low vibe Capricorn are fucking assholes. Okay. Low vibe Capricorn are jerks, are mean, are cruel. High vibe Capricorns have decorum, panache, manners, decorum. Okay. Crisis in action on Sunday. You really, really got to act on what you believe. And this is a turning point. It depends on what you're doing already. This might be a turning point in relationships for some of you. Incorporating diplomacy and decorum to reach a new agreement. But here's the thing, the people will be different. You're not negotiating with the same people the week before. This is you negotiating with people with whom you can actually come to a fair, balanced agreement that you trust. This is like a new person starting a new positive track record, not giving old Joe so-and-so 25 million second chances or whatever, like some old relationship, a billion bajillion different chances. This is like Anyway, or maybe some of you are procrastinating and have not been cutting cords like everyone else has been since November. And now there's like some crisis that's reaching its dramatic peak and that you've got to do it now. I don't think that'll be anyone here though. You guys have been watching me, not if you've been watching me. This is more like you get to refocus and reprioritize the people who really matter. And they to you. And like it can be past stuff. Like that's not totally like people have to deal with karma. You have to deal with people coming back from the past. You have to deal with that stuff sometimes. And both of you or all of you, if this is a family decision, creating a win-win resolution. That's what Libra is. That's why Capricorn that has Libra at the top of their chart, the high vibe Capricorn can do that. A high vibe Capricorn can turn anything into a win-win resolution situation where everyone fairly, equitably compromises and everyone wins and everyone gains so that no one feels like they are compromising more than anyone else. That's how it's done. That's a real Capricorn boss. Anyone else is a jerk, probably. A jerk Capricorn. Guys, you know, I'm a Capricorn. Like we all been through the stage. We all been through we've all been through our lower vibrational, or we have to learn. So, you know, forgive yourself for having had to learn and just be better now. Once you learn the lesson and you're not a jerk anymore, then you can let yourself, you can forgive yourself. You can let it go. You can let it go, but be nice, you know, but then just be better. Okay. That's how it's done. You show them how it's done, Cappies. Show them how it's done. Monday, 27th. Moon in Libra trines Saturn in Aquarius. You're enjoying the stability, that honoring your integrity and creating win-win situations with the top people in your life and the new people in your life grants you. You can enjoy it. All that hard work Capricorn puts into their life, working hard, providing, playing diplomatic liaison with family members, feuding family members, taking the dog to get the thing done and getting the contractor, all of that Capricorn, we are more than willing to do. Me tweaking out trading crypto, we're willing to do. We love it for the people that we care about, for the people that we love. All we want is to be fucking appreciated. That's it. All my Capricorns, you know exactly what it is. That's all we want. We will move mountains that we climb. We will do anything it takes. All we want is to be appreciated and not taken for granted. We just don't want to feel used. We just don't want to feel like we've got ATM stamped on our foreheads. For all the Capricorns that can't say that to their loved ones. Enjoy the freedom of being exactly who you are and having people that support you 100% in your corner, because Capricorn, and this Capricorn area of life, you put so much work and effort into making your life, you guys put so much work into healing, into moving on, into forgiving, into letting go, into energy mastery, into learning about all this stuff, into caring so much more. Let yourself enjoy wherever you are now and what you've created, what you've built for yourself in the moment. Enjoy your progress, enjoy the hard work that all that focus has gotten you and how hard it was to do it. That's why we're starting Capricorn season with a congratulations, and we're going to end it on a congratulations. So congratulations to everybody. Because 9-year-old Natalie is looking at me right now and jumping up and down. Oh my God, if I would have told myself my hair's gonna be blue, are you kidding me? Oh my God. You're gonna trade crypto? Oh my God. You're gonna hang out with the Wachowski sibling that directed The Matrix? Are you kidding me? And they're gonna like you, and you're gonna have people that like you, on the internet. You're gonna have just you guys know too that you have belief in yourself. You have something around you that is proving that to you. Have something around you that shows you that, okay? This was so long. I can't, I cannot do the weekly, the 12 signs. I may be able to later on after the weeklies, we shall see. But this was just so much, and I had to give it justice for you guys because of this week. So we will do the tarot right now. Tarot time for the week ahead, because I want to make sure I do that. And then I will grab the other timestamps from the other days that I missed. Or you guys can do it. It's totally up to you. Let's start with the Moonology and see what we can expect for this week for you guys after some matcha. That's now gone cold. But remember this affirmation: my only bonds are the ones I allow. I create the world I live in. That is so Capricorn. That is so true. You, mother of pearl. Okay, it's on the floor. Oh, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn energy. Look at that. Perfect for entering Capricorn season. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So it's like you're almost, I swear to God, I feel like I'm collapsing at the feet. Hold on. I have to like, bear with me here. Bear with me. Hold on. Bear with me. I almost have it. One more. Okay. We have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius energy. Lucky. Oh, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius energy. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon energy and a time for healing. Balsamic moon energy. Okay, so clearly channeling this retrograde energy in terms of like not making any maybe super big decisions quite yet. Nothing is yet set in stone. Everything is still moving around. There's probably still information that needs to come to light. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be like people plotting against you and like all that stuff. Like maybe it's manipulative, but it doesn't have to be. Like if there's no drama in your life, like how you know what I'm saying? Like in the context of your life. I'll use this deck. I also updated my Amazon wish list, so now there's like more decks and chocolates and what else? Candles and candlesticks and coffee. My mocha. It works, but the handle just like I just have to. Anyway. Okay, let's take a look. You have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Nothing is yet set in stone. A time for healing. Luck is on your side. And look at the bigger picture. I want to say, if you are feeling pressure, very specifically in specific situations, I'm going to say this tarot is saying to look at the very biggest, widest picture. The biggest picture possible for your life and for yourself. And go on that. Because the little things that are tripping you up right now, it's big now, but if it looks insignificant looking at the bigger picture, then it's going to be insignificant pretty soon. I hope that makes sense. Okay, what's the guidance for my people for this week ahead? The first card's the strongest. Welcome to Capricorn season, everybody. Capricorns, it's weird. Like we either get one or two. We have two different childhoods for Capricorns. We've got one where the Capricorn gets like absolutely everything, and they're spoiled and they grow up to be like kind of like horrible people. And then we have the Capricorn that grows up with like absolutely nothing, and there's no way that. Like Capricorn has to raise themselves, kind of like Cancer sometimes, like the day orphan, the latchkey kid. Capricorns, it's like kind of like one or the other. Like their parents aren't there, they're working all the time, or they're drunk or high or something. So here's the thing. There's resources or there's love right in front of you that you feel like you cannot access, or you feel is not there, or you just feel, I don't know, we'll get into it, but you feel alienated and you don't need to. There's love like literally right there. There's acceptance. This is exactly how I started this video, talking about the Matrix, talking about the Wachowskis. They're there, like your people are there. King of Pentacles. Okay. And you're realizing, so you do realize that you go from 0 to hero. You go from feeling like, oh, I can't afford that. I don't deserve that. That's not for me. That's too good for me. I don't have anything to offer. I don't have anything going on for me. I don't know. Like all of that's the old story that needs to be rewritten. You will step into your power and realize, you know what? I have my lessons learned. I have character. I have grit. I have will. I have drive. I have ambition. I have this confidence in me that I'll be able to manifest, that I'll be able to do, that I'll be able to balance the energy of doing and accomplishing with the energy of just being and just letting myself relax. That's kind of a big deal. That you go from like one energy into the other. This can also be someone that helps you. This can be a mentor, this can be a financier, this can just be a friend, this can be a lover, this can be someone that gives you an ego boost. This is someone that is full of integrity, the King of Pentacles. This is someone that would not judge you. This is someone very understanding. This is someone that would maybe even help you in a very, very meaningful way. Okay. What else is going on? Oh, Mother of Pearl. Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. I have it right here. It is the Strength card. I like to show you guys, like when I'm watching tarot readers, like I like to see the cards, but we'll see. Okay. So the Strength energy. I feel like this is overcoming the cognitive dissonance, and not lying to yourself. If you're going to take a different seat on the merry-go-round, just pick a different horse. Just because it looks different, or maybe you pick a booth, or maybe you pick a 2-seater, it's still on the merry-go-round. And it's like, just be honest with yourself. That's all. That's all. There's something hard. Definitely something hard to do. Hard to accept, hard to believe. Uh-oh, Justice. And the Page of Cups. Someone might just have an ego issue where it's hard to apologize. It's hard to... That sounds so weird to me. That sounds so weird to me. But this is your reading. This is your situation. You're dealing with someone that like would rather die than apologize. They would rather die than come back and be honest and real and forthcoming and forthright and full of integrity. So they know, or if it's you, you know the apology is the right thing to do. You know the apology is justice, is fair and balanced and equal. So it might be the person that feels really left out. They might feel left out, but they might be the one that needs to apologize for something or ask for help or, okay. We'll get one more energy. One more energy. The Two of Cups, the Sun, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. There may or may not be children involved. Someone may already have children. Or this is like you come together for a creative collaboration, or you come together and decide to have children, or you come together, okay? Oh my God, and it's the Wheel of Fortune, okay. And it's the Wheel of Fortune, bottom of the deck, yeah. Everything changes when you overcome your ego, or when this person overcomes their ego. Everything changes. And this is relationship. This is about the integrity. This is the integrity. This is what's right. Whoever's feeling very left out or alienated or less than or like that lack, it's just the ego that has you feeling the lack. The ego will do everything to survive. Going through an ego death is like the worst possible thing I could possibly explain to anybody ever. But it's so essential. The ego dies with the body. You don't take your ego with you when you transcend. The ego is a human instinct. It's a human thing. So it's going to die with your physical body. You will not feel your ego when you die. Your consciousness will continue. You will still see, you will still think, you will still feel. You will not have your ego though. So let it fucking die. Let it go. Because it's having you feel shitty and horrible about something, about an estrangement, about a lover, about a marriage, about children, about create a creative collaboration. It has you feeling so, or this other person has you feeling, if this is not you, this, you need to know that your person, this, they're feeling horrible. The tough cycle, the end of a tough cycle that approaches is them dealing with their ego. It has nothing to do with you. If you haven't been hearing from someone, it's their ego. That's all it is. Time for healing. Nothing is yet set in stone. That's why there's nothing yet set in stone. They have to overcome this ego issue first. Luck is on your side. Look at the bigger picture. They might not want to apologize. Maybe they fear being rejected. They fear being left out in the cold, so they don't want to put themselves out on the line. I don't see that though. I see, oh my God, and the Empress and the Ten of Cups under that. That's definitely talking about lifestyle, maybe changing your lifestyle, moving in together, marriage, maybe children, that kind of thing. So like reach out, overcome the ego, apologize, be sincere, and that will be what is weighed, is the sincerity. Is the sincerity. For some of you, this is a creative partnership where you are making something that's going to make a lot of money for some of you. But there's an artistic ego thing to get over, okay? Well, that's cool. Let's take a look at the Artesian Oracle and see what's going on there, what the guidance is. This is pretty straightforward. This is pretty chill. I mean, not chill, but it's pretty obvious. This could even be coming to an agreement about organizing things, organizing life a certain way, organizing children's schedules, that kind of thing a certain way. This might be a make or break energy too of people. But it's overcoming the ego. Like, make no mistake about it. It's ego or love, you choose. And what you really want is love. But your ego's like trying to protect you from like getting hurt or failing or whatever, you know. So the ego doesn't have you feeling anything, just the ego, not love. Ego and love cannot exist in the same place at the same time. Get the Saturn card. Learn your lessons. Earn the right to your success. Saturn and rewards. This is like the harshest. It's like one of the harshest cards. Saturn, learn your lessons. Earn the right to your success. Rewards. You have to earn it. And it's like you've been earning it. Yeah, you're almost at the end of this tough cycle. This is interesting. Someone has horrible friends around them. Petty is powerless. They're just jealous. Ignore people who get in your way. Keep going. Guys, this is exactly how I opened this video. Talking about connecting with people that I admire, that I respect, and not caring about petty, jealous people that try to manipulate, withhold, pull back to reassert power, caring what other people think. Who fucking cares? No. Don't let anybody get in your way. This person, this ego issue, they have people around them that are telling them, no, don't do this, don't reach out, don't. And it's ego. There's someone around you, or this person is, the people are reaffirming this person's ego because they're petty and they're powerless. And they know that if this person overcomes their ego, they're truly unstoppable, especially if this is a union of some sort. They're trying to keep this union from happening because it's really happy. It's really profitable. It's really mature. It's very lucrative. It's very creative. And they're just jealous, and they're really jealous. Like whatever they're criticizing, they just want that for themselves. Whatever they're criticizing, they don't feel like they can get for themselves. And so they don't want this person to see it, because they can go into that church anytime they want, but they're outside of the church in the cold. So the people around you are keeping you in the cold. They want you to stay on the merry-go-round. They don't want you to realize that you can just walk in. They don't want you to realize that the door is open for you. They don't want you to realize that all this is closer to you than you understand, that you can perceive. That's a lot. Okay, guys. Like I said, this was so much, but this week is just so big and it really needed like all of this. So I love you guys. I'm gonna go have some of these chocolates, and you guys have some chocolates too. I will actually I'll be on Patreon doing Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and then Crypto Sesh as well. So I love you guys. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, or maybe I'll come back tomorrow for Capricorn season and we'll do like a Capricorn reading. So until then, my loves, many, many, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful, beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.